Lights are on. Think we're good. What's happening? What's happening? Diz, what up, bro? How's that? How's the back-to-back shows coming? It's already on, or you getting ready for it? MM Customs, what's happening? Alex B Croft, what's up? A Rice, a Reese, what's happening? Caught you live. Appreciate that. How can I do multiple color prints? You could use things like DTF transfers. You could buy things like a Sawgrass Versaflex printer. You could buy things like a Uninet white toner printer. A lot of different routes to do multicolor prints. Florida checking in. Christine Maldonado, what's happening? Exclusive. Yeah, if you wanted to print from home, the best options without breaking the bank would be a white toner printer. Uninet, iColor, white toner printers are dope. And then if you just wanted to print on light colored garments, white t-shirts, tans, heather grays, stuff like that, you could look into the Sawgrass SG500, SG1000 Versaflex printers. You could print multicolor all day long. A lot to pull together. Yeah, man, I know what you mean. We're prepping for the summertime too over here, man. I don't know anything about the OKI or Oki printers. I don't know anything about those. The ones I've been looking at are the Uninet printers. The iColor 650, I think it is. I might be wrong. I might be saying that wrong. But yeah, those are the ones I've been looking at. Bald bro, what's happening? I don't know anything about OKI or Oki printers though. I know those are white toner printers, but I don't know anything about them. Speaking of the Versaflex, I this right here was printed with the Versaflex printer, and I've been washing this thing. I'm doing the wash test right now. I recorded a video on this, but I wanted to get the wash test down before I finish the video so I could show what this thing looks like. But this has been washed, I think 11 times, 11, 12 times. It's not a it's not like a transfer on the shirt. I mean, it's a transfer on the shirt, but it doesn't feel like DTF or anything like that. It just feels like it's in the shirt. If you could see that. Gradient right there. The beveling in the shirt. But this thing came out cool. I'm watching it, testing it out so I could put the video out. What's the pricing looking like for the Uninet? I think it was, I might be wrong. Don't even let me quote no prices because I'm not 100% sure what the prices are because I've been looking at a bunch of shit lately. So I'm not 100% sure what the pricing is like or what's the actual pricing. You could just jump on the Uninet site and check it out. Um, the one thing that's really selling me on white toner though is that the toner lasts a very long time because it's toner and not ink. So you get a shitload of prints out of those cartridges. So when you're thinking of consumables, having toner versus inks, the toner is gonna last way longer than the actual inks, like liquid ink. That's what's really, and then also no maintenance. No maintenance is selling me, and how much you're getting out of each ink cartridge is where it's at for myself. But that's like the ultimate plan is jumping into that space and then using it for like low quantity runs. You know, a dozen shirts here, six shirts here, one shirt all over the place, one shirt. That's where I plan on using it the most is for the very low quantity runs. Custom stuff, charge a premium on top of it. Being able to print same day, and you just want to knock out one shirt, easy call. And no replacing $2,000 heads, and that's exactly it. No print heads to worry about, man. I come from the printing background. I used to work on Nuvera 120s. If you guys are familiar with um like high output printers, like Xerox printers, but like we're talking like 100 impressions a minute, like shooting shit out. That all those printers are toner printers also. Um the Digicolor 1000 was one of the big Xerox machines that I used to work on, but the Nuvera 120s was a black and white printer that I used to work on. I used to man 3 of those at once. Um but then when the 1000 came out is when, man, we were doing everything. I was running sublimation through that thing. Same exact with the toners. We're doing sublimation, we're doing full process prints, we're doing cardstock, letter stock, two-sided, we're doing covers for books, we're doing all kind of stuff on those printers, and that's where my background comes from. So dealing with drums, um, and dealing with toner and stuff like that, it is pretty easy. So seeing it in like a smaller, not smaller, but like desktop size is kind of cool. Um, Let me see. Comparable to DTF, the white toner stuff, I haven't seen it in live in person to compare the feel, but from what it looks like, yeah. And this is where I see the benefit to using those top sheets or sealer sheets. Like you see like the ads for like the sprays and all that stuff for DTF. I see a big use for the, I don't know about the spray, but the sheets, like finishing sheets for white toner transfers. And the finished product to me looks like DTF. I could be wrong. I just haven't had the chance to like do a real comparison. When obviously when I get the printer in and stuff like that and I start printing, I'll make those types of videos. But for me, that's a big deal. If I could do low quantity and print on black t-shirts, easy call. Theft 516, what's happening? I can send you some DTF prints to try out. You know, Estevan and I have you covered. Yeah, I mean, DTF, I'm no stranger to DTF only because I used to own commercial size DTF printers. Um, but for myself, when we're talking low quantity runs, white toner is going to be where it's at all day long. Oh, this right here, this feels nothing like DTF, man. This feels like a very worn in DTG print. Like there's a slight texture to it, but it doesn't, I mean, it's not like this is right up on the mic. This just feels like t-shirt, right? There's no like you know how everybody says DTF has that plasticky feel? Not at all on this thing, man. And it stretches, it holds up good. It's like ink in the actual t-shirt. That Versaflex stuff works. It really, really works. Let me see. The best price I got in impressions on a printer was 4,200 cash out the door. I thought that was high for outdated technology. Yeah, no. You know, when it comes to uh the printers, I don't think it's an older technology, but I think it's still very relevant today. Mainly for the home printer. That's where I see the benefit in that thing is mainly for the home printer. Being able to print something from home that's low maintenance, turn it off, and a month later turn it on and still spit out a good print is where it's at. Where there's very low maintenance. You know what I mean? When you have a full scale print shop and you have the ability to wrench on your machine and maintain your machine because you're running it daily and stuff like that, cool. But for the people that are just operating from home, um, that's kind of hard to do. That's why I feel like those desktop DTF printers, they're sold to the home user, but it's a money pit for the home user only because of the maintenance. Like most of these crafting ladies and people that are getting into them, they see the video of just printing out a print and pressing it on a shirt, but they don't understand everything that goes into it, and then it puts them in a hole where they're spending a ton of money on consumables, on print heads, and just trying to figure out the printer in general. And then on top of that, not everybody has the best ventilation at home when it comes to that, especially when you're dusting the powder and curing it and stuff like that. All those fumes, I mean, those are fumes for a reason. You know what I mean? Big brand deal. What's your take on Shockaware versus 1301? Looking to make the switch. Been using AAA for a while. Shockaware active. Make the switch now. You won't look back. Same cut, same feel, better collar. Um, but to me, that Shockaware T-shirt has a remove. That's one of their only ones that has a removable tag. But the Shockaware Active is very comparable to the AAA 1301 or American Apparel 1301, if you want to call it that. What printed that shirt? This is the Sawgrass SG500 Versaflex that printed this. That's what this is. It's like a sublimation printer that can print onto cotton, not sublimate on a piece of vinyl and then you put it onto it. This is fresh from the transfer, fresh onto the t-shirt. And this is a big ass print, but it's not that big. But I never do a big ass circle print like this. I just wanted to test my logo out. But yeah, that's the Sawgrass SG500 print. So I'm doing the wash test right now. Um, this was the very first print that came off of the printer. And it's actually on an old American Apparel 1301 too. There it is. Testing it out, seeing how it works. Let me see. Yes, that's the Versaflex. The Sawgrass SG500 Versaflex. Not the standard Sawgrass SG500. This is the one with that comes with the Versaflex inks. Um, I first seen it when I was at the Heat Press Nation showroom. Jared from Heat Press Nation was giving a demo to some of the crafter girls. And when I seen it, I said, "Yo, you're printing that from a Sawgrass printer?" And he said, "Yeah, but it's different inks." And then he pressed it onto a 100% cotton T-shirt. And I said, "How the hell is that sublimation ink going onto a cotton shirt?" He said, "It's not regular sublimation ink; it's Versaflex ink." So what it is regular standard sublimation printing, CMYK, your regular printing process, CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. This printer, the Versaflex inks, has no black in it, but you can see that it still prints black, but there's no black cartridge. They take out the black cartridge and they put one in there called an expander cartridge. That one, I think, prints like a clear ink that makes it possible to print onto 100% cotton. The limitation is you can only print on light color things because there's no white ink in there, right? So you can only print on white cotton shirts, heather gray cotton shirts, pinks. I did a bunch of tote bags already. I think we did like 60 something tote bags with that same printer. Um, Pretty cool, inexpensive. But if you're just printing on like if you do sublimation, like let's say sublimation's a big part of your business, tumblers, hard surfaces, metals, wood, stuff like that. And then you wanted to still print on cotton shirts instead of just doing polyester shirts, that's where the Versaflex would win. You just replace your standard um, sublimation printer with one of these Versaflex printers, and then you can still sublimate on your hard surfaces and do regular sublimation with the same inks, and then you can also do cotton with it also. Let me see. HG Graphic, what's happening? Does it hold up well over time? This is 11 washes and 11 machine dries, and you can still see it. Like the browns look good. Anytime I print anything and I print my logo, I always look at the browns. Browns are hard to print. I don't know if you guys know that. Like going based off CMYK, browns are very hard to print. A lot of times it's a lot of little dots. It's very muddy. It's hard to print, but this printed pretty good. And it's holding up. Like I said, 11 or 12 plus washes on this thing so far. And like I said, man, it's on there. This is me stretching the shit. Shit's on there, man. Not a problem whatsoever. But I'm still washing it, still drying it. I'm trying to see how many washes I could get out of it before the print starts to like act weird. Yeah, so I'll probably drop a video tomorrow, maybe, showing the process of me doing some tote bags, printing process and how it works and all that stuff. It's cool. I like it. Who makes the hoodie you wear without the drawstrings? AS Color. Look up AS Color and then look up Relax. That's the model, Relax hoodie. There's a lot of companies now that make hoodies without drawstrings, but AS Color Relax is my favorite one. They got the best color offerings. I think they have the best color offerings. But the Sawgrass can only print on whites and lights. Yep, that's it. Only works on whites and lights because there is no white ink in there. That's where I think the white toner printers shine because you could print on 100% black cotton and it'll be cool. You know what I mean? Therese, what's happening? BT double. I just answered that hoodie with the without drawstrings. Um, that's good on cotton shirts. I think it is. Like I said, it's past everything I threw it through that I test everything. When I do transfers, if I'm testing out anything, new shirts, I run through the same thing. I'll print on it. I throw it in the wash with my regular clothes that my whole house does. So anytime somebody's doing a load of laundry, they take the shirt and they throw it in there and then they wash it and then they dry it and then they put it back on top of the washing machine. So the next person that washes something in my household, they put the shirt in there, wash it, dry it. So it's just going to constantly keep getting washed and dried, washed and dried so we could see how these prints actually hold up. I have a question for you. How did you switch from selling clothes out of the trunk to online? I did them both simultaneously, man. Selling out the trunk was an easy call because you just make money that way. And then when I started to introduce the online store, I made flyers, like old school party flyers, maybe like 5x4, that had the website on it. And then one side had a bunch of the shirts that I make and I sell. And then on the back side had the website where they can buy it, stuff like that. So every time people would see me out in the streets selling t-shirts out the trunk, I would give them flyers, be like, yo, I got more stuff online. Here's some, catch me online. If you don't catch me out in the street, you could always buy it online. So I started using I called them parking lot pop-ups when I was selling out the trunk. And then I would also hand out the flyers. And you could get flyers for dumb cheap now, man. Like I think back then when I was doing this, and this is probably like, I don't know, 15 years ago or some shit like that. Flyers were like you get 5,000 for like 120 bucks or something like that. You're not looking for like UV gloss, anything like that. Like just get standard 80 pound printed in color, front back printing. And it'll be cheap, man. You don't even have to do it on 80 pound cardstock. Like if you wanted cardstock, that's what I wanted. It's a little bit more expensive. But if you just did it on standard paper, like 24 bond, like regular good paper on with a color print, you could get them done fairly cheap. 5,000 easy call. 5,000 sounds like a lot, but remember, you're passing these out to people that are buying from you out the trunk, and then you just start passing them out. Boom, 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 boom. And then as you taper off doing the parking lot pop-ups, because now like the online stuff is booming, then you focus more attention on promoting online, meaning social media, promote your social media to buy online. Same way you were promoting yourself to buy out the trunk, promote yourself to buy online. That's it. It's easy to do though. Like it's easy to do both, actually. It's very easy to do both. Like right now, I have a retail store, so I sell stuff out of my retail store, but I still have an online store. I still sell stuff online. The videos you guys see me of like boxing up orders and bagging shit up, those are all online orders. Excuse me. What do you think about the X Tool Apparel DTF machine? Any DTF printer, I don't care what company makes it or whatever it is, if it's made for home use, chances are it's going to be one hell of a machine to learn and keep up and running. The reason I say that is because DTF and DTG have the same problem. Any printer has this problem. The white ink that you send through the DTF printer clogs that print head. That print head gets clogged up and you have to replace it. And you're looking at, $1,000 on the low end, $2,000 if your printer is a little bit better. it's going to happen. You have to maintain those machines. Any DTF machine has to be maintained well. When it comes to maintenance, it also comes down to babying some of these machines. Like I had DTF printers in my shop. You have to control the humidity around that printer for it to work correctly the way it's supposed to work. If that machine's down, your whole business is down. That why, like for me, I think DTF for home printers is a bad idea. If you have a shop, if you're looking for a commercial sized printer and you're printing transfers for other people and stuff, then cool. But if you're buying it to print transfers for yourself, I don't think that's a good idea or a good investment because of the maintenance required. And then on top of that, the consumable costs and stuff like that. So, and then I don't know anything about that X tool printer. I've never used one. I've seen it at the trade shows and I've seen the ads like we all have. When it shoots the transfer out the bottom, every video I've seen of the transfer coming out the bottom, like using the whole system of print, curing, the adhesive, all that, and then it shoots it out the bottom. That film has like little holes on the side. So it must be getting fed off of a wheel. Not all DTF films have those holes. So I have a feeling that's a proprietary film that they use. So you might have to use X tool film with your X tool printer in order for it to run correctly. Whereas, if you had just a generic DTF printer, you could buy film from anywhere. So whenever you get into these like very uh proprietary things, consumables for your printer or your equipment, it gets kind of dicey because they can upcharge you whatever it is because you're going to need that film to use the printer correctly. So I don't know if that's what it is. I haven't looked into buying film or anything like that. I'm not planning on buying a DTF printer anytime soon again. Um, so I'm just guessing here, but every video I've seen where the print comes out the bottom the way it's intended to, that film has little holes on it. So it makes me think it's being fed off of a wheel, and that film might be proprietary to that X tool unit or printer or whatever you call it. Um, but yeah, I was talking about white toner before. If you want to print transfers from home and you're doing low quantity runs, get a white toner printer. And then if you have a job that entails you to like do 50 to 100 shirts, order DTF from somebody that already has a DTF printer. Order a big ass gang roll, cut them down. You don't have to invest in the printer. Just buy the transfers from somebody else that already has the printer. Cut them down, you still make money. You know what I mean? And you didn't have to invest in that printer. If you wanted to invest in a printer to test your designs and be able to print for yourself and from home, and you're just doing like custom shirts here or there, white toner is way better than DTF. No maintenance with the white toner. And then at the same exact time, that white toner printer, their consumables last a lot longer. There's no print heads to do anything because you're talking toner versus inks now. So there's no print head that's getting clogged. And it's a better investment for printing from home. See, I didn't like the feel of the X2. It literally felt like a plastic sheet glued to a shirt. There it is. I don't know anything about it. Like I said, I watched it at the Impressions Expo. That was it. Was shaking Brando 718 Unlimited. What's happening? Um, when you do festivals and pop-ups, do you suggest having custom printed tents and table covers? It helps the overall branding. I have some custom printed things. I don't use it all the time. Um, the tents that I use for a lot of my festivals, because we go through them, like they only last for a few seasons. Even when you're taking care of them, like I get the ones that are from like Costco and Sam's Club, the straight leg ones that the food vendors use, 10 by 10, straight leg. You could butt them up next to each other, clamp them together. They have like a hard canvas top. Even those don't really last because sometimes I'm vending somewhere where I'm underneath a tree that's dripping like tree sap. And those pine trees, that sap kills that canvas top. So it's things like that. So if I had a custom one, like with my face and name on it, and I have it underneath the pine trees, and then the trees dripping sap on it, now it's ruined, this $1,000 easy up or tent when I could have just got a $200 one from Sam's Club. So that's how I've been operating, was instead of having the custom tent and stuff like that, because that's going to get ruined, I just get banners made and then I hang banners. I'll get Like get a 10 by 10 tent and then get a 9-foot banner and then just use bungee cords to stretch it out along the back of the banner or back of the tent. So then it's still branded, it's still cool, it's and then when the tent gets jacked up or the poles start to get rusted up or whatever it is, how I don't know how often you're going to be using it. But for me, festival season, my tents last me 2 years, if that, and then I buy some new ones. There's nothing wrong with them. Like the custom ones, they look cool. It just I don't know what the intended use is, so it's hard to say, yeah, get it. When it comes to like table covers and stuff, that's cool too. Having table runners with your name and stuff on there is nothing wrong with that. Um, that's kind of a cool touch and fairly cheap to get done too. But what I've been noticing is I like to raise my tables up higher than like so a regular 6-foot table, like the plastic tables we all use for vending. I think it might be 3 feet high. So then those table covers land right at the bottom. So it's like 3 foot um, of printable space. But then I like to raise my tables up on risers. Sometimes I use bed risers. Sometimes I use PVC poles, depending on the tables I'm using. And I like to get the tables up a little higher. It just looks better in when you're vending. Um, People don't have to be crouched down to look at stuff. It's a little bit higher up. It makes a little bit of a difference, but nobody makes custom table covers that are instead of just 3 feet, maybe now they're 4 or 5 feet. So um, that's why I don't use them. I just hang some uh, material over, or I'll hang like blank black material down, and then I put the little 3 foot table cover on top of that. Sometimes. What prints on shirts are best to sell? I use Supercolor wearable transfers, screen printed transfers for everything I sell retail. I'm selling it to customers. If I'm selling it in my store, if I'm selling it online, that's what I'm using is Supercolor wearable transfers. That's what I use. Do you have to use that? You don't. You can use whatever you want, but that's what I feel most confident in when I use those transfers. Let me see. Where do you get your stickers made for your packages? I get them made all over the place. G6 Customs makes stickers. I think MM Customs makes stickers. Boulevard Stickers makes stickers. I get them everywhere, man. Like, there's not just one place to order things anymore. We have access to everything. Find the company that you want to work with, find the company that does quality work, find the company that fits your budget. You can order from them and then just always keep looking at different things. Sometimes these sticker companies run promos, and sometimes like the promo might be, like $60 for like 500 stickers or something like that. I'll order from them. It's not like I order from them all the time, but since they ran that promo, I'm not going to pass up a good deal. You know what I mean? So it's there's not just one company that I order stickers from. I actually have access to a sticker printer, so I could get stickers made whenever I want. But if that printer's bogged down with a lot of jobs, I'm not gonna ask the homie, "Yo, stop running those jobs so you can run my free job." No. If that's the case, then I'll hit up G6 Custom, ask him to print some stickers for me. I'll pay him, or Boulevard Stickers. I'll order my stickers through them. Like I said, there's people in this chat right now that have sticker printers that probably can help you out too. Talking about online, do you have a schedule for online posting? So many reels, etc. I've been posting a reel a day on social media, just testing it out, seeing how that works. My numbers look good. I'm doing all kind of stuff. I'm doing donut videos. I don't know if you guys been paying attention to that shit, but I do donut videos. I do golf videos. I do making t-shirt videos. All of this stuff is just me testing it out. You guys are watching me live testing things out. I'm now the social media manager for this page called South Bay POV. South Bay POV started last Monday. They already got over 2,000 followers, and every single video they put up is getting like damn near over 50,000 views. Um, and it's just all on how the shit works. You know what I mean? So when it comes to social media, there's I don't put myself like on a schedule, like post every single day at this time. I post every day, but I'm trying to post around 8 in the morning to like 10 in the morning I don't know if I see better traction posting later in the afternoon. That just fits my daily schedule that I have time to post during that time. So that's usually when I try to do it. But what I do is I bankroll a lot of videos in my phone. So I'm not like forced to like panic and be like, oh, I got to post a video today. Let me go record one and do it. I record one Sunday and I bang out like 30 videos, 30 short form videos. And then I can post one video a day for the whole month. And then next month, I'll pick a Sunday and just make a bunch of videos, same exact thing. And the donut videos are just kind of like, I'll show you this. I have a folder in my camera roll called Ready to Upload. Golf videos, donut videos, t-shirt videos, just videos. Right now, there's 30 of them in there that I could just post one a day. And once those are, the folder's called Ready to Upload. Once I upload it, I delete it and then keep going until I notice I'm getting low on videos. Bingo, I'll go film some more videos. I don't I don't put too much thought into it. I'm more focused on creating the habit of filming the videos, editing the videos, stockpiling the videos, so then that way I could post. So that way I always just have content. So if I'm traveling, if I'm out and I'm not making t-shirts or content or anything like that, I have a backlog of videos that I could still post that still keeps me relevant to social media world. You know what I mean? I could be anywhere in the world and still post, and it looks like I'm still in my shop or I'm out golfing or I'm eating donuts somewhere. It's all everything you see on Big Brando TV is me testing things out, seeing what works, what doesn't work. Right now, posting every single day, shit works. You know, my views are cool, the information's getting out there, it's building. I'm not doing it for like I need to get this many followers or I need to get this many views. I'm doing it more so for brand awareness. So everything that you're seeing me post is me showing t-shirts that I'm making or hats that I made, or subtly it's in there somehow, some way it's in there. So that's mainly what I'm doing. So when it comes to like posting, the best advice I could give anybody that's creating content is just stockpile the content, get the content cracking, bankroll it. You're going to be excited and you're going to want to post everything. Just sit on it. Post one a day, see what happens, figure out different times a day that work best for you, engage with your audience. That's all it is. Let me see. What killed the DTF for me? The guy I use in New England over this winter, he ran his shop at 75 degrees and at 70% humidity to get the machines to run right, but said he didn't know how it was going to work during the summer. Yep. That's how it works, man. You have to baby that thing. You have to. I know what it's like when you don't have the humidity controlled and your lines get clogged, print heads get clogged. It's a pain in the ass. What computer did you start with? I've always been a Mac person. When I started doing like graphic design, I learned on Mac, and I just always been in like I've always had a Mac, iMac or MacBook. But there's nothing wrong with PC. It's just whatever platform you're comfortable with. Like with a Mac, the the buttons are a little bit different, the layout's different. On a PC, if you're used to being able to right click stuff and stuff like that, it's going to be a little different. Like this Apple mouse right here doesn't have a right click. It's just one click. So you got to press a button and click at the same time. So if you're not used to that, there's nothing that Mac can do that like a regular PC or a HP or something can't do. It's just the platform you feel comfortable with. When it comes to buying computers and you're planning on doing graphics, the biggest thing I could tell you is find the platform that works for you, like whatever PC, Mac, whatever. Get a lot of RAM. RAM is what's going to help you run all the programs and be able to like edit videos if you're doing that, but graphic design, be able to like handle the software and stuff like that. So make sure you have a lot of RAM, you'll be good. What's the best way to measure shirts? Anytime I press a transfer on a 2XL shirt or bigger, it comes out crooked, no slide out drawer on the press. The best way to do things is to make sure your t-shirt is straight first. Bigger shirts, a lot more material. So for me, anytime that I'm doing like big shirts, what I'm always checking for is making sure that the t-shirt feels straight first. That's 1000% the main thing I always make sure is the t-shirt straight. If you don't have a slide out press, once you lay that t-shirt down, you're going to want to actually really feel, like pull that sucker down to feel what's higher, what's lower. And then once you feel that they both feel even on both sides, like this side's not higher, this side's not higher, they both feel like they have equal amounts of material, your shirt will be straight. And then you just go through the same process. If you're doing 3.5 inches from the collar, or you're using your hand as a ruler or whatever, you'll be good. But make sure your t-shirt is straight all the time. Bigger shirts have a lot more material, so it's harder to get that gauge right, but it's just practice. And then it becomes muscle memory. And then it's just like, boom, you already know what to feel and what to look for. I love the donut videos. Makes me homesick for Cali and all the delicious places to eat. There's nothing where I live. I'm noticing that, well, I watched this documentary. It's called The Donut King, and it kind of explains why California and Los Angeles is the donut capital of the world, because of this boom of this guy who was a Cambodian dude that figured out how to make donuts from windshields and started popping up all of these donut shops. And then he would get his Cambodian homies to buy in and open their own shop. That's why a lot of these donut shops around Los Angeles are Asian owned. It all stems from this guy that kind of just figured the game out early. He was also the guy that coined pink boxes for donuts. He was the one that made sure donuts came in a pink box, and that's why there's pink boxes today. But watch it if you want to. It's called Donut King. It's dope. But I'm noticing that, like, across the country, it's just like chain donut shops, Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kremes and Winchell's and stuff like that. Whereas over here, it's a lot of neighborhood, hood style donut shops. That's what I call them, but it's just every other corner has a donut shop. Every other corner has a burger spot owned by a Greek family. That's just a Los Angeles or Southern California thing. So that's why I started making the donut videos, is because I started to notice there's not a lot of people outside of where I live that are familiar with these donut shops. People were like, yo, just go to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, man, Dunkin' Donuts is trash compared to these donut spots that I'm going to, and it's way cheaper. So, but yeah, that's why I started making those donut videos. And I like donuts, so it's just like easy call, easy way to make some content. How much for a custom hat? I don't do any custom hats, man. If I had to charge you for a custom hat, it'd be like $75. That shit ain't worth it. Like, not worth it whatsoever, man. For a $5 blank hat, no. I saw your donut video of maple donut and a coffee for 469. Damn, that cost me like $9. I need a new coffee shop. Yeah, man, that's going rates like between $4 to $5. Some places over here, like I did a couple that it's in the $3 range, which is cool. Um, but that's the only reason I did that is because that donut, the maple old fashioned donut, is my favorite donut for one, and not a lot of people like that one, or not a lot of people give a shit about maple donuts, but that's my favorite donut. So that's why I started making that video. Those videos is all I'm doing is just sharing what I go into the donut shop to buy for myself. Maple old fashioned donut and a black coffee, and then that's it. It's me testing out how to speed up my processing time. I could make these videos. Those are two different ways I'm filming. I'm filming with my phone and with the meta glasses. So it's incorporating both of those video types into one video with my editing. I'm trying to get it uniformed where it's the same font on the captions, it's the same uh standardized video. Here's the donut spot. Here's me ordering. Here's me trying it out. Here's me saying if it's good or not. Here's how much it costs. And that's it. Kind of straightforward. If you look at my golf videos, it's the same thing. Golfing is the same exact thing, same exact caption text. All I'm trying to do is just standardize what I'm doing to see if that makes a difference. Like I said, Big Brando TV, like everything I post on Instagram, is me testing things out to see what works and what doesn't work. It's just basically all it is. Like, if you really looked at, like, go on that page and like look at all the videos. Like, if you just clicked on there and scrolled all the videos, they'll start to look uniform. Like, you'll be like, man, this guy's made that video before. It's the same thing over and over. It's just small tweaks to see what works and what doesn't work. That's all it is. Not a lot of people like doing this testing shit. Me personally, I don't mind it. It's kind of interesting to me to see how this stuff works. I'm not a master at it, or I don't know the algorithm. I don't have friends in Silicon Valley that could give me the heads up on what's coming. I'm just testing the shit out, man. If the shit works, cool. If it doesn't work, I stop doing it. Like that's that's basically all it is. I notice people like watching food review videos. So I'm making donut review videos, same exact thing. I notice people share those videos like crazy and they engage with it, especially when they see a donut shop that they've been to. Now imagine that for any restaurant or your neighborhood burger spot. Like I'm probably going to do this with Hood Burgers next. When I say Hood Burgers, I'm just talking about burger joints around Los Angeles, the ones that sell chili cheese fries and pastrami and a regular charbroiled quarter pound burger. I'm gonna start doing it for that and just showing you guys different burger spots. You guys might hear Kendrick Lamar and people talk about these burger spots, Tams, and all this stuff. Those are sprinkled everywhere. Every other corner, there's a burger spot, there's a donut shop. All I'm doing is exposing people that aren't from this area to the things I see every single day. That might be interesting to some, and then to some, it might be boring, but I'm just trying to see what's working and what's not working. So far, shit's working. Uh, I know I've seen a video before, but how do I get the outline of a sweater pocket off after I press a sweater? Try not to press over the pocket. Either thread your sweater through or use a pressing pillow or something like that. Then you won't get that indentation on there. Um, yes, sir. Appreciate you. Not a problem. Bruce Leaf, what's happening? Dope ass name. Salute from Japan, longtime follower. Paporo Kagawa. I think that's your name. Shout out to Japan, man. I'll be out there next year. Shout out to Japan. Try that out when I measure my shirts. Yeah, not a problem. I bought a dresser, sliding hinges, and easily mounted them on my Amazon press for pull out and slide. Fucking DIY pull out drawer on your Amazon press. Good move. That's dope as hell. You should make a video and teach people how to do this shit. You'll probably get millions of views on that motherfucker. Easy. That's dope though. I got some money and I just bought a HPN 16 by 24 with all the attachments. Hell yeah. Going for it. That's what I'm talking about. Sorry, off subject. Have you used silicone top cover on your true spec heat press? For the hat press, yes. If that like the little blue cover, if that's what you're talking about, I've used that. Um, I've used it on the hats, but I haven't used it when I did like when I do neck labels on t-shirts, I haven't did it on there. But I have used it when I do hats, if that's what you're talking about. If I was back home, I'd never go to Dunkin' again. Hell yeah. Dunkin' Donuts got good coffee. Like if you're into like flavored coffees and stuff like that, easy call. How are you coming along with your golf clothing? Oh, fucking cool, man. Oh, it's on my computer. I just did some dope ass golf designs. Um, but yeah, pretty good. I just been like slowly chipping away at it. Um, Not taking it too serious, just kind of like throwing stuff up there every now and then, seeing what works. I'm planning on printing stuff out with that Versaflex printer, test it out, see how it works. Um, Same thing. What I'll do with the white toner is test out a bunch of shit, see what works, and then what actually hits is what I'll start making transfers with. Old fashioned donuts are the best. They are, man. A lot of people say that's an old man donut, but I don't give a fuck, man. That shit is good as hell. What do you not like about the Meta glasses, and would you still buy them again? Would I buy them again? Yes. What I don't like about the ones I got, I have the I don't know if it's the first generation or second. I have the older ones. The battery dies pretty quick if you're like actively recording like everything you're doing. Um, the battery dies fast. Or if you're like listening to stuff and recording, because like you use them as headphones also, right? Because they have like speakers that are going right into your ear. That's what I really use them for. Is I'll walk around, I can listen to a podcast. I'm still aware of my surroundings. Nobody else can hear what I'm listening to, but it's loud enough for me to hear. The battery drains pretty quick. So you kind of have to like travel around with the case. so you could charge them up and then use them all the time. But I like them, man. Yeah, if you checked out South Bay POV, everything's done on Meta glasses. That's the page that I manage. It's not me making the content, but it's basically food content. If you wanted to see food around the South Bay shot through Meta glasses, check out South Bay POV. And you can see how the shit's working, man. It's killing. I miss American Donuts. We only have Mr. Donut out here in Japan. Not as big, not sweet at all. Damn. So I guess I can't do too many donut reviews when I go to Japan. But I am looking forward to Family Mart, 7-Elevens. I'm looking forward to doing some shopping out there. I'm looking forward to eating and buying shit out of the vending machines. I'm looking forward to all kind of shit in Japan, man. There it is. South Bay POV's in here. The shit's working. Shout out to South Bay POV, man. I'm just a brown guy buying a brown donut. That's all it is. Yeah, I need a DIY slide out drawer. There you go. Big Brown, what up, my guy? How long you been going live? I've been going live for 46 minutes today. I do this every single Tuesday, um, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If I'm not traveling, if I'm in town, I go live and basically answer whatever questions, t-shirt related questions people got. Or even if it's not t-shirt related, man, if it's about content. A lot of people have been asking a lot about content lately, what they should be posting, how to post, what cameras to use, editing software, all that stuff. If you guys want to know that shit, I could spit that out for you guys also. Come on. I'm next to a 27 hole golf course. I need inspiration. Oh, hell yeah. Tommy's chili cheese fries. Hell yeah, man. I was just talking to my cousin about Tommy's, man. Original Tommy's up on Rampart. That I grew up there. That's like I would be there. That's before they even had a soda machine, when they used to just have canned sodas in the back. Um, always from the shack. That was the easiest call. But Tommy's chili burgers, chili cheese fries, easy, easy call. Oh, I saw a TikTok where media taco stand is thumbs up in Japan. They love the Chicano culture and have a store too. Hell yeah, man. Lowriders, um, everything from like the shit they sell at the swap meets here to out there is fucking cool for them. They are fully immersed in the culture. It's crazy. Yellow Basket in Carson is fire. Yeah, man. I grew up in Gardena, right down the street from the original Yellow Basket that John Stamos from Full House. His dad owned the one that was down the street from my house on 166th Street. I was literally a block away, man. So when it comes to like hood burgers, that's the shit I grew up on. It's no longer there. The Yellow Basket in Carson is still fire. I still go there all the time. Have you been to Nagoya, Japan? Nah, man. I've never been to Japan, period, man. Lowrider and troller culture is huge. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I see it all the time. Lowriders, long time ago when I used to be in the music business, I used to sell music and clothes to a lot of those guys that are from that area. And this is like early 2000s. And I was working with somebody that would fly here to LA. I met them on Crenshaw actually, and sold them t-shirts. I sold them all kind of stuff, and then they would bring it back to Japan, put it in their store. One of the stores was called Tax House, and he sold all the dope stuff from like Pro Club t-shirts to corduroy house shoes, Dickies, flannel shorts, like all the LA typical stereotypical LA stuff he was selling out there. And yeah, me, the homies from 110 South was pushing stuff out there. They fully embrace that culture out there. And then a lot of the dudes, like they'll come from Japan to here to Crenshaw, see cars, and then put offers on cars and be like, yo, you want to sell that? I'll buy it for this much. Next thing you know, it's on a boat going to Japan. And it's dope. Like they're buying the real cars from here out there, and they respect the culture. I think it's dope, man. Pretty crazy, actually. But I've never been out there. I would love to check it out though. I went to ISS in Atlantic City and was blown away. Met with so many vendors and got tons of catalogs, samples, and now I'm trying to decide between borrowed in or a ZSK single head embroidery machine. Hell yeah, that's the best place to do all the research you want, man. Going to those trade shows is the very best place to like figure the shit out. Like outside of getting catalogs and all that, you get a little bit of hands-on, get to see what's what. But you could get as detailed as bringing a tape measure and being like, "Yo, let me see how if this is gonna fit my space." You could go on the first day, do some recon work, see what's out there, walk the whole floor. The second day, you could go back with your tape measure and be like, "Yeah, I'm really thinking about this. Let me see if it fits." Third day, you go back, talk to the sales rep, and see what kind of deals you could get cut. It's that trade show is made for that. You did exactly what you're supposed to do when you attend those things. When it comes to blanks, when it comes to you want to see things that look different online and you want to see it in person, that's what you go to that trade show for. So, shout out to you for even understanding how the shit works and really utilizing your time at that trade show for the greater good and just to, elevate your business, man. That's what it's all about. Everywhere I go, smash burgers. Leave the thing alone. It's already dead. Yeah, man, I hear you. There's a ton of smash burger spots. If you're ever out in LA, my favorite smash burger is Proudly Serving. Um, to me, probably one of the best smash burgers around. They was doing it. They was like before they had the spot that they're at now. They have multiple locations. They was operating out of a bar for a while. They was like doing the shit on the street for a while. Some good shit. And they fry their tater tots and duck fat. Like this shit is good, man. Shout out to Proudly Serving. And I think South Bay POV went there, so check out that video if you want to see what that burger looks like. I've been trying to find a video of where to find you pressing up a ski mask. Can't find none. Also known as poo shiesty mask. Oh, you're talking about just like the ski masks. I've never pressed on any of those because they stretch. So I don't know how, because it's like pressing on a beanie or a scully. I'm not 100% sure how it would work, unless you got some type of transfer that stretches really good. Um, then it could be done. But you also got to like if it's made out of polyester, you would have to get transfers that have some sort of like dye migration blocker on there, so the polyester doesn't bleed into the print. But yeah, I've never did it before. I've never sold those or had it needed to press on them. You probably make a bunch of money with the young kids because young kids like wearing those things. Back in my day, if you wore one of those things, that means you was ready to get active and it could be dangerous. But nowadays, young kids just walking down the street are wearing them just because it looks cool to them. Also, just ordered the new Duo Forge hat press. Duo Forge hat press. Not 100% sure what that is, but any new equipment is good equipment, man. So get that money. I'm glad you made business with Japan. That is an endless revenue stream. It is, man. Shout out to the Japanese people, but also it's just understanding like I was back then, I was just very I wanted to be able to expand outside of what I was doing already. So obviously going across the water to Japan was a big deal for myself. So creating that relationship was dope. And then just understanding how that worked, how buyers would come here, basically come here with like empty bags, and then they would buy stuff, fill those bags, and then bring them back. Like I said, this is early 2000s, but it was dope as hell, man. Shout out to Japan. Big plus is both are within 3 hours from me. So if they need to come out for repairs, it's not going to cost nearly as much. That's the best way to do it. Find somewhere that's local to you. So then that way, if the machine goes down, you need some training, you need to upgrade your machine, anything like that. They're 3 hours away. That's not that far. So that's perfect. When's the next big convention you're going to? I want to go to Printing United. I don't know if it's going to Vegas or Orlando, but whenever that one comes up, I'm planning on trying to attend that one. Printing United or Printers United, Printing United. I don't remember the name of it. But that one looks like a big one. I've never attended that one. I know there's a lot of content creators that's been to those. They all say good things about it, so I want to check it out. I'm not gonna be there with a booth or nothing when I go to these conventions. I just cruise around on my own. I go there as an attendee like everybody else. So that's the one that I'm trying to figure out. It'd be better if it was in Vegas. It'd be easier for me to go to if it was in Vegas. Traveling out to Orlando for a trade show seems pretty far from me all the way across the country. Even though I do go to Florida a lot, it would be easier for me to just go to Vegas. The original Steam Burger. I think I saw that on like Diners, Drive-ins, and Divers, or that Guy Fieri show. I think that's where they put the burgers like in these little metal things and they steam them up. I've never had it, but I tried. If I was ever out in Connecticut or around Yale, I for sure try it. That's what I mainly travel for, man. Happy Towers, what's happening, man? Haven't seen that name in a long time on a live, so good to see Happy Towers in here, man. One from the OG days when we used to live stream. Um, but yeah, when I travel, man, I try to travel so I could go eat good food. That's mainly what I travel for, actually. Sorry, I was asking silicone cover for the 16 by 20 for shirts. I've never used a silicone cover for 16 by 20s. I just use a Teflon cover for buffering out the static from film transfers. If I'm not pressing a film transfer, I don't use a cover at all. Diversified threads. Dual Forge is a dual heat platen hat press from Patchcraft. I don't know Duo Forge and I don't know Patch Crafters. I've never heard of them, but like I said, man, new equipment is new equipment. Get that shit. Hit the like button. Don't hate. Congratulate. Appreciate that, man. Hoping yours are well. Yeah, man, everything is good on my side, man. Hopefully you too. Like I said, haven't seen your name on here in a while, so it's dope to see. Yes, there are plenty of videos about them. They're delicious. Oh, you're talking about the steam burgers. Hell yeah. I gotta try that out. Need at least 51 on the likes. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Um, yeah, the steam burger seems like something that'd be cool to try because don't nobody make that out here. Um, it's like when you go to New York and you got to get like bagels and pizza and stuff like that. Same exact deal. Like there's pizza and bagels here, but it's not like over there. Same thing if you're going to New Mexico, you're getting like green chili and stuff like that. And anywhere you travel, you got to have try to get like good food that's like from there. How long have you been streaming in terms of years? I've been on YouTube for like 10 years or something like that. I've been live streaming. I used to do live streams during the day on my lunch breaks. I used to live stream. I used to live stream from the treadmill. I'll be walking on the treadmill and live streaming. Um, but as like recent months, maybe since November, I've been live streaming on Tuesdays. I think it's been since November or maybe the beginning of the year. I don't remember. I've been doing it for a little while now. But yeah, every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time is where I do this. Kind of just answer questions about t-shirt business stuff and content creation, but mainly t-shirt stuff. How to make t-shirts, how to create t-shirts, how to sell them, how to different equipments and things to use, shit like that. I missed the Pokemon from Hawaii. Again, it's not Poke, not Pokemon, but Poke. Yeah, DJ Newmark, what's happening, bro? Yeah, that's something you buy in Hawaii, right? Like that to me is something you got to get out there. So you recommend super color wearable transfers? Hell yeah, I recommend that, man. Every single t-shirt in my retail store and on my online store is printed with super color wearable transfers. To me, that's the most durable and consistent quality transfer on the market. To me. Um, doesn't mean what I say is the law. That's just through my testing. Like I do shit like this where I wash the shirt over and over and over and over. I put it through everything that I think a normal customer would do. Are they going to wash it with hot water, cold water? Are they going to dry it on the highest setting for the longest time? I do everything like that just to see how it's going to react. And, getting 70 plus washes and dries off of a transfer, by that time your t-shirt is unwearable and you're like, the shirt's all faded or whatever it is, and you don't even care about wearing the shirt no more. But at least I know that the transfer is going to outlast the t-shirt that it's printed on. That's all that I need. So through all my testing, there's been no transfer that's been able to hold up to what Supercolor can do. And so that's why I use them. Does that mean you have to use them? No, you can use whatever you want. That's just the transfer that I like to use. A lot of people don't like that transfer, not because it's not good, but because it's expensive. A lot of people are just looking for budget transfers because they really don't care how the transfer holds up in the wash. They just want to get the cheapest print put onto a t-shirt for their customer. And if that's how you want to operate, there's nothing wrong with that. That's none of my business if that's how you want to operate. I don't shame you for it. I don't think less of you for doing that. You run your business the way you want to run your business. The way I like to run my business is I like to make sure that I'm giving a print on a t-shirt of my highest quality, of what I think is quality and what I am the most confident in. I want to be able to sell a t-shirt to somebody for $30, and I want them to get that t-shirt, wear it proudly, wash it, wear it again, wash it, wear it again, make it part of their regular rotation, and get that $30 out of that shirt. I do not want to sell a $30 t-shirt to somebody that's going to wash it and the print falls off or it cracks or it fades or it gets muted. That to me, not a good look for my business because I want returning customers. I want customers that come back and shop with me to be like, oh shit, this dude's cool. I bought a t-shirt from him. This shit lasted this long. He does quality work. He makes cool designs. Let me come back and buy something from him. If I sold a t-shirt that the print messed up in one day after one wear, chances are that guy's not going to come back and shop with me. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for returning customers. I'm not looking to get rich off of one transaction. I think I'm getting rich off of returning transactions of customers coming back, shopping with me, rocking with me, and wearing my stuff. So when you ask, like, do you recommend these transfers? I recommend them because that's what I use. But if it doesn't fit your budget or if it doesn't align with what you think is best for your brand, there's no right or wrong answer here. You have to run your business the way you see fit. You know what I mean? You don't just marry your business off of what I'm doing, thinking that's the only way to go, because it's really not, man. There's so many of other routes and avenues to go for this business that most people don't even bother looking at because not a lot of people want to do the research or they don't want to do the like grunt work. When I say grunt work, I'm talking about pounding the pavement, sampling stuff, testing things out. Nobody likes doing that because it's not glamorous and it's not fun. It's not the exciting part of the business. It's more so of just the boring part of the business. Doing like for myself, if I'm doing like blank t-shirts, right? And I want to like find different blank t-shirts that I want to print on or use and do all this stuff, I'm always going to test them out. Do these same tests, right? Wash them, put them in the dryer, print on them, wear them just so I can see what it feels like, how it works. When I do that, I'm thinking like a customer, like, all right, if a customer's putting this t-shirt through all this wear and tear, how is it going to hold up? Most people will be like, yo, you're using that t-shirt? Let me order 50 dozen of those t-shirts because I'm going to use them too without even testing them out. The crazy part is if your customer base don't like that shirt, you're going to be stuck with 50 dozen t-shirts that you can't sell. That's a horrible, horrible way of running your business. So for me, I hate wasting money, hate wasting time. So I like to do all my testing out the gate first. I've had this printer for a while. You guys haven't seen anything about this printer yet because I'm testing it out. I'm not going to come out here and put a printer up on my thing like, yo, check this printer out. And I haven't did my due diligence of testing it out to see if it works for my business and tell y'all to go get it. I'm going to test this thing out. And that's why I'm testing this shirt out. I've had the printer for a long time. Like I said, this thing's been washed 11 times. And I'm barely going to drop a video about it because I wanted to see how this thing holds up. Stretching it out, seeing what it looks like, seeing what it feels like. everything. I want to know everything about this before I offer it to a customer and say, hey, here's this t-shirt that you just paid me $50 for, whatever it is. I want to make sure it's going to last in the wash, that they're going to get their $50 worth out of that thing. You know what I mean? That's how I run my business. I would hope you guys do the same exact thing, because don't just go based off of my research that I'm doing. You guys got to see this stuff for yourself. You know what I mean? You got to really feel it for yourself and touch it, and understand how it works. How do you handle customers who want to provide you with t-shirts they want decorated? I tell them no. If somebody says, hey, I got my own t-shirts, I tell them I can't print for you. I only print on these t-shirts right here. And I give them the list of t-shirts I use. Sometimes I'll see what t-shirts they have, and then I'll find something very comparable to it. The reason I don't print on other people's t-shirts is because if I mess it up, I can't replace it. Like, what if it's like some like fucking vintage fucking shirt that they don't even make no more? And if I wanted to buy one, it would be like $130 or something, right? Say I mess up on it, then I'm liable to replace that shirt. Mistakes happen. It happens to all of us. Doesn't matter how long you've been in the game, mistakes happen. So I always print on the shirts that I have access to. AS Colors, Shock Aware, Smart Blank. These are t-shirts that I can get readily available at any time. So since I could get those t-shirts, that's what I print on. So if I make a mistake, I know I could replace whatever that mistake is. So that's why I don't take in t-shirts that people say, "Yo, can you print on this for me?" I turn it away. And I'm probably turning down a lot of money. It's just peace of mind for myself. I don't want that headache of messing that shirt up and then I can't replace it. So I'd rather just tell them up front, yo, I only print on these t-shirts. I'll find you something similar to the one you have. And if you don't like it, or if you already bought your shirts and you want them, you have to go somewhere else. What is the website for your retail store? Is it a different name? I don't have, if you just go to bigbrando.com, that's what it is. You can find everything I sell in my retail store on bigbrando.com. Hey, Brando. Will here from Ellie and Ollie Designs. My wife and I are starting our custom clothing and home decor journey. You have been instrumental in our startup. Thanks. VA Hunter, shout out to Will from Ellie and Ollie Designs. What's why Ellie and Ollie? Or what's the meaning behind the name? I'm guessing your kids, or your, yeah, I don't even know. Curious about that, because your name's Will, but you named it Ellie and Ollie. So let me know. Big Brand is the best out there sharing knowledge and gems. I appreciate that. No Nine Studio. Do you have any plans to embroider your LA with the chucks on a hat? I've done it before. It looks horrible because it's so tiny. To get to really capture the detail in the chucks, it has to be bigger. So when you're doing hats, you're limited to a 2 inch high, maybe 2 and a quarter. So that means, the logo's like this. It's like, here's a regular standard LA hat, right? This right here is 2 inches, if that. This is 2 inches. So to put little shoes on the bottom of here and to give it enough detail to show that it looks like a pair of chucks, hard to do. I've tried it a bunch of times. I've done it. It just doesn't look right for me. So I don't think I'll be embroidering that logo on hats. But I have tried it. It looks good on beanies. I'll say that, because you can make it a little bit bigger. Glad you're doing this live. I had a question for you about DTF. Have you ever used some spray they have out there that's supposed to make DTF's hands soft, trying to offer a mid-level full color sweet spot? I haven't used that spray. Personally, I haven't used it. I've heard good and bad things about it. Some people say it works, some people say it don't work. What I have seen is not the spray, but the sheet that goes over it. It's made by the same company, I think. It's like a finishing sheet or a top sheet, or I don't remember the name. It's not a Teflon sheet. It's like a sheet that has something in it. And you smash that into the DTF print, and it's supposed to make the print soft or make the print more in the shirt, I guess. I've seen successful videos of that sheet, not the spray, the sheet. So For me, that's why I was just like, oh, that sheet has to work. I don't know the technology behind it. When I get my white toner printer, I'm planning on getting one of those sheets to try it out just to see. But I haven't used the spray, so I don't know too much about it. Like I said, there's people in the or in the chat that have good things and bad things to say. I seen the ads, and the ads are sometimes misleading. So it's something that I have to like physically try out myself to see if it works or not. So I haven't yet. Wash the crap out of the shirt, stretch it, wear the crap out of it, then sell it as vintage $1,500. Hell yeah. That's how it works, man. That's how it works. I was crap myself. I was watching Whatnot and they got 3,500 for some rock band. Now, how can I make a new shirt look vintage? The way you make new shirts look vintage is you have to distress them. The blank t-shirt has to have this feel. So what I've noticed in the vintage world is the shirts all have to feel extremely worn in. Um, so finding that blank and then distressing the shit out of your transfer, there you go. Our middle names. Oh, dope, man. Easy call. Ellie and Ollie. Perfect. Wife is a LA native. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I can't find AS Color on SS Activewear. Are you buying direct? Yeah, I'm buying directly from AS Color. Um, I don't think they're on any third party supplier. What I am noticing though is AS Color is huge in Australia and New Zealand. Like they have retail stores for AS Color. It's very popular over there. I believe AS Color comes from New Zealand. But it's like if you remember what American Apparel used to be 10, 13 years ago when they had like all those stores selling American Apparel blanks in the malls and stuff. It's kind of like that, but just a little bit more upscaled than what American Apparel used to be back then. So AS Color's killing the shit out there, Australia and New Zealand with those retail stores. But I think that's why they don't sell to the third party suppliers. Um, I buy directly from them. What are you using right now to record this? Camera or phone? Nothing. I'm doing it on a MacBook Pro. I'm just using the onboard camera that comes with the MacBook Pro. Using this little cheap microphone that I got from Amazon. I don't know what the name brand is. I don't think it even has one. It just says 2.4 digital wireless microphone. But you can buy them on Amazon. They're cheap, like $20. But that's what I'm recording the audio with into the computer, and then I'm using the onboard um, camera webcam. Good looking out on that. I'm still testing, so thanks. Yeah, not a problem, bro. I'm here, but just listening, not a problem. Altered image. I appreciate you for jumping on. Yes, I love AS Color. I'll fill out an application. Thanks again. Not a problem, man. For me, that's what I'm wearing right now. This is an AS Color Classic navy blue T-shirt. This shirt to me, this is when I say I test shit out because this is also a different style of blue AS Color Classic T-shirt. Let me see if you can see that. AS Color. This is not a tearaway tag. This is a woven tag. But see how different these blues are? When you see shit online, you don't know what the color is. This one's called navy. I forget what this one was called. But you have to get them to try them out. This is the blue that I want. This is not the blue I wanted, but I still wear this shit because it's comfortable. Um, I wear AS Color Classic T-shirts in general, but they have so many color offerings where like the little swatches are hard to tell. You could see it on the mannequin or the model wearing it online, but to actually get a grip on what that like, this shit is so much more muted in color than this blue shirt, and these look like two totally different blues, right? This is the one I was going for because this color matches the Olympic Air Max ones. I don't know if you guys are into like sneakers like that, but I like that kind of shit. This blue matches the Olympic Air Max ones perfectly to a T. This is the color I was looking for. So I printed my four fingers up, two twisted in the middle shirt on. That's what I released. I was going to use these, but good thing I tested it out and I ordered one of each so I could test them out. This is not the color I was going for. This was the color that I was going for. That's just how it goes when it comes to testing things out. Before I order anything in bulk or big or whatever it is, all I do is I order one in my size so I can test the shit out, see if I like it or not. Love the weight on them. Yeah, that's one. This is a heavyweight shirt, but it feels like a lightweight shirt. And the cotton is dope as hell, man. I've done sublimation on a Bella Canvas green soft shirt and it made it look vintage. Still wearing it 12 years later. Fuck yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. So if you're trying to go for the vintage look, whoever was asking for it, sublimate on that sucker, man. That's where shit like this come in. This Versaflex stuff, you sublimate on cotton. Like you could really print on cotton, give it that look, distress the shit out of it. It'll be dope. Always notices a screen printer wears a blank t-shirt because we have access to them. I think that's what it is, man. We have fucking just boxes and boxes of blank shirts, but I mainly wear blank t-shirts. On camera, I wear shirts that I make. Sometimes I wear shirts that I buy. Um, but for the most part, when I'm out in public, I'm wearing blank t-shirts, black, white, blues, sometimes crazy colors if I see them. Like uh, there's a color I just got from AS Color. It's one of their heavy fade shirts. It's the it almost looks like a purple kind of color. I forget the name of it, but it's on there. It's on the heavy fades. That shirt's dope to me. Only because I have shoes that match it too. Like I've been buying these crazy ass like New Balances lately, outside Air Max 95s, but I got these like New Balances. I think they're like 992s or 996s or I don't even whatever the number is, but they got some crazy colors and AS Color has t-shirts that match any crazy color I throw at it. So it's dope. So you have 5XL merch available? No, I do not, man. I stop at 3X. I used to carry 5 when I was selling more to the Polynesians. I used to carry 5, but I don't do it anymore. 3X is where I stop. I rock your dislike tee. Um, Other than yours and some brand t-shirts, I'm always wearing black. That's it. Most of us that are in this industry wear black t-shirts. It's just it is what it is. I have an independent shirt that I love, and it is probably more than 10 years old, but I still wear it at home. Very vintage. Can't find another one to replace it. That's what it is, man. We are creatures of habit. We love the shit that we love. You know what I mean? I wanted to buy a tee from your store. Yeah, man. Sorry. The Zamoya. I think that's your name. I might be messing your name up. Uh yeah, I used to stock those sizes, but not no more. I just the clientele wasn't there no more. So I was almost wasting money by stocking those sizes and wasn't buying and it was kind of taking up space in the shop. So I capped it at 3X. Sorry. Um Trying to scroll up here, see what else we got. Just on the heavy set. I hear you, man. I hear you. Um Yeah, if anybody else got questions, man, shoot them out. I think I caught up on all the questions. Any suggestions on hat blanks? Um, AutoCap is cool. It's just a little expensive now. Decky is cool, but very expensive. When I say expensive, I'm talking like over $6, $7. That to me for a blank hat is very expensive. Um, AS Color still has really good hats for $5, which is very I would say competitive in pricing when it comes to blank hats. It sucks because I come from the era where blank hats used to be like $2, $3, and a Yupong hat was $4, and that was considered expensive. Now with everything that's going on, prices on blank hats are very pricey. So you have to like kind of pick and choose. So AutoCap is still cool, just a ton of branding on their hats. Pitbull cap is cool, not as much branding, but still kind of competitively priced, little cheaper than Auto. A lot of offerings though. They have a ton of offerings. Um, yeah, AS Color's probably the only one that's been kind of steady on the pricing for their hats. And they have all the cool trendy shit. A-frame hats, the two-tone hats, they have regular standard snapbacks, they have unstructured hats, six panel, five panel, surfer caps, golf caps, stuff like that. So I would say check them out. I do pirate t-shirts for the reenactors, and I have to go to 7XL. Damn. 7XL is crazy. Are you still using Smart Blank hoodies or you completely switched to AS Color? I completely switched over to AS Color. Smart Blank is dope. The inconsistencies with quality for Smart Blank is the one thing that made me really switch over and stop using them. Was ordering t-shirts and blanks and hoodies, and then I'm ordering the same color, same size, and then I get one that's this color brown and one that's like a lighter brown. Same size, same model number. They only offer one brown hoodie, and then the browns are two separate or two different colors. Um, those types of inconsistencies were bad for me. Outside of that, their blanks were cool. I liked them. I just couldn't keep up with that, man. It was such a fucking letdown. Um, and then I had like some t-shirts mislabeled. They were labeled extra large, but they were really larges. It's not that big of a deal because I relabel my t-shirts, but the shitty part is like when I'm ordering stuff, I'm ordering so many extra larges and so many larges, and I'm expecting this batch of extra larges to be actually extra large, and it's not. Half of them are larges. So now I'm doubled up on larges and I need to order more extra larges. That shit's a pain in the ass. So that the inconsistency with the quality checking on that kind of stuff is a little bit too much for me to handle. So I completely switched over to AS Color, everything. T-shirts, hoodies, everything. If you had to give one up, one style of decoration, embroidery or heat pressing, what would it be? Embroidery. I give up embroidery. Heat pressing is where I make a lot of my money at. T-shirts and hoodies is kind of like my bread and butter. It's always been my bread and butter. Embroidery, I can always outsource that and get it for pretty cheap. So giving that up wouldn't be an issue. Shout out from Whittier. Shout out to Whittier, man. Appreciate you, Ernesto. Yeah, if I had to give one up, like not do it anymore, I would give up embroidery. I like it, but heat pressing to me is that's my bread and butter. Inventory management is always a slight headache for me. What do you do to inventory your blank spreadsheet? Nah, I use Shopify. I put everything into Shopify. So, like, say if I have, I don't know, six designs on my site, I'll put how many blank t-shirts I have in everything, in every single category of those six designs. So then that way it tracks what I have on shelf versus what I have online. So when something's sold out, that means it's sold out on the shelf. But that's what I use is Shopify. I upload everything that I have in my shop is on Shopify. Sun City. I know Shopify is a very popular online store platform, but in your opinion, is Big Cartel a good alternative for selling your brand? It could be. Um, when I used Big Cartel, it didn't have any shipping integrated into the platform. So it was a pain in the ass to have one shipping profile on a different site than my Big Cartel site. And then as the order came in on Big Cartel, I had to copy and paste the customer's information into the shipping site to print my labels. That was a pain in the ass. I was paying $10 for Big Cartel, and then I was paying like 10 or $15 for the shipping site when I could just pay $30 and do everything in one platform and make my life easier. So that's why I went with Shopify, because it was just so streamlined with how everything worked. Upload the pictures, upload the prices, upload your inventory, do everything, process your credit card transactions through Shopify. And then if I wanted to vend out in public, when I was using Big Cartel, I had to get a Square because Big Cartel didn't have anything to take in-person payments. So I had to get Square. And now I'm paying for an extra service with Square. With Shopify, if I want to vend out in public, I just bring my Shopify point of sale app with my card reader. In my retail store, everything is ran, my register is ran off of Shopify. It just streamlines my whole life. It makes my life easier. So I'm paying for convenience and for just ease of use. I'm not bouncing from this site to this site to do this and blah, blah, blah. Do everything through Shopify. Order comes in, bing, I get the notification. I print out shipping label. I already pre-populate all the weights, so everything is already done. I print out the shipping label, buy my postage through Shopify, print it out, slap it on the package, send it out. Way easy. They figured the shit out. What heat press would you recommend for home business? If you're just starting out, I would say the Heat Press Nation Signature Pro heat press is really good. Slide out drawer, good reliable heating element, very, very robust machine. If you had a little bit more money, the True Spec. But I would say the Heat Press Nation Signature Series will do you just fine. Any 311 blank sublimation hat patches? That I don't know. Sublimation hat patches. I want to say Transfer Express was doing some. Deco Press also has some sublimation hat patches. Those are the two that I could think of off the top of my head. Deco Press is DECO Press. Um, and then Transfer Express had a patch program or something like that. Looks like AS Color will be my go-to for blanks. That's my go-to also. I've been loving them. Outside of making my own blanks for hats, AS Color's been where it's at. Have you ever put your branded shirts in consignment shops? I used to. I don't do it anymore. One, because I have my own retail store now. But two, I stopped doing it because when you're on consignment in stores, you're doing all the promotion for that store. What I mean by that is the consignment shop is never going to promote you as best as you can promote yourself, right? So if you're promoting to your audience, you put your shirt into a consignment shop, you're sending all the traffic to that consignment shop, right? So you're doing all the promotion saying, yo, go to this store, buy my shirts, go to this store. I'm in this store, go here. You're sending the people to that store. Instead, you should just be sending them to yourself. Instead of doing promotion for somebody else, send it to yourself. All that work that you're doing to promote that other store should be all the work you should be doing promoting yourself. So I took my stuff out of consignment shops a long time ago because I was just like, yo, it's not even worth it. I'm doing all this work for no extra pay. I'm getting people to go to your store so they can see everything that you sell. They're going for my shirt, but they're also going and now they're being exposed to your store, which is cool for the store, not necessarily for you because you're still selling your shirt at a discounted rate because it's on consignment, right? So the store has to take a cut and you're not getting the full profit that you could be if you just sold it on your online store. So instead of promoting somebody else's store, I just started promoting my online store to promote myself. I was already doing so much work. I was like, yo, I'm fucking banging this away. I'm making all these fucking videos and posts and I'm telling people about your store. When are you going to start talking about my brand being in your store and pushing my brand? And it didn't work that way. So I said, yeah, I'm taking my shit out of here. Um, so that's why I was just like, nah, it sounds cool. Hey, my stuff is being sold in this store. But if that store isn't promoting your shit, you're not going to get enough traction out of that store. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's cool if my clothes are in, let's say, fucking, I don't know, a store that's in the mall. It's a mom and pop shop or something like that, and they're like, "Yo, we'll put your stuff in here. We'll even give you, a window display and blah blah blah." That's cool for the viewer, right? So just brand awareness, so people could see that it's in there, and people can, if they wanted to, walking in the mall, go in there and buy the shirt. But for myself, for in order for brand awareness to happen and for me to actually like promote myself, I would have to go there and be like, "Yo, here's the store. Check out the name of the store. This is where the window display is. This is where I'm selling my stuff." All you're doing is giving that store all the promotion. That's all it is. They don't take, you know, they're not taking a risk of putting your stuff in there because it's on consignment. So if it shit don't sell, they kick you out anyways. So all they care about is somebody promoting. So I was like, yo, I ain't giving nobody free promotion. Let me just promote myself and keep 100% of my profits. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's the only way to think. That's just the way I was thinking about it because I hated whoring myself out for somebody else's benefit where it's not really benefiting myself. You know what I mean? See, I slept on that. I use Shopify for my site and I don't take advantage of inventory. Your shit is golden as usual. Thanks, brother. Yeah, not a problem. Like that. It's just all about making my life a little easier. You know what I mean? It takes a little time on the back end, but once you get into the hang of it, like let's say you order blank t-shirts once a week. For me, it's twice a week. And every time we do inventory, when I do the inventory, I got the system down, right? How many smalls I got, boom, populated, boom. How many mediums got, populate that, boom, boom, boom. Then it's just, I'm just adding to what's already there. So it's just calculating it for me. So it helps. It helps. Does your website inventory match your physical store inventory, or do you print it as orders come in? Nah, the inventory on my site is what's in store because you got to remember that's attached to my retail store also. So I have to have shit in stock in the retail store to sell stuff. So if it's sold out online, that means it's sold out in the retail store also. You said your retail store is in an office building. Is there any other draws to that building? Now, my old shop was in an office building. This one's in like a shopping plaza. Like there's all kind of shit. There's a cosmetic store, bookstore down the way from us. There's an insurance company. Um, there's all kind of stuff. And then behind my, like I'm on the main street. I'm on Western. Behind me in the rest of the plaza, there's other print shops. There's distribution warehouses. There's all kind of shit back there. There used to be a weed shop there. There's uh, what else is there? Somebody just moved out. A comic book store just moved out. There's some other stuff in there. I'm trying to think of everything that's in that area. Um, but when it comes to like foot traffic, I'm not banking on foot traffic. Everything that comes to my store is by promotion from myself. Um, in the future, there's another spot, this place called Old Town Torrance, where it's more of a shopping area where there's foot traffic and stuff. And then opening a retail store there makes more sense because people go there to shop, if that makes any sense. What's your full-time job and why haven't you just gone t-shirts full time? Um, T-shirts full time, I kind of do t-shirts full time already. My full-time job is I was a photographer for 20 something years. Um, and then I ended up leading a team of photographers and videographers. That to me is something I've built up for myself. 22, 23 years, 22 years, something like that. Um, so I had no like my end goal isn't to quit that. Like I've been doing it for so long. Like I enjoy what I do, so I'm not gonna be like, "Yo, let me quit this so I could go do this." Nah, like for me, that's what I actually set out to do, and that's what I accomplished and made a career out of it for over 20 years, and I'll retire doing it. Um, but for myself, it's everybody has different goals in life, right? Like some people want to do t-shirts full time. For myself, can I do t-shirts full time? Yeah. Do I want to do t-shirts full time? Nah. It's easy for me to just do it this way, where I could just kind of do both, juggle both, and manage both. It makes my life a lot easier. Like when I see people that do content full time and then do t-shirts on the side, I'm like, yo, that's a full-time job to be a full-time content creator and then still try to hustle these shirts on the side and really try to like build that business up as well. For myself, I'm not trying to be a slave to my shop. I go to my shop because I want to go to my shop and because I want to get work done. But I just enjoy selling t-shirts. Like, if that makes any sense. Like, I like to sell t-shirts. I'm just addicted to selling stuff, period. But when it comes to t-shirts, it's an easy call. Like, I enjoy creating the t-shirt, getting people to buy it, and then trying to see that thing through. That to me is the fun part of the business. If I had to do that full time for my livelihood, I don't think it'd be fun anymore. I'd get it done, but I just doesn't seem fun to me. Um, so I'd rather keep it fun, if that makes sense. I'm a union floor layer, but I love my job, so the t-shirts would be a side business. The way it stay that way it stays fun. Exactly. That's exactly it, man. There's people that watch my channel that their idea is to get out of their 9 to 5, and I don't fault anybody for that. Like, if you want to do that, fucking go for it. But for me, I've always been into the create this was the creative outlet of creating graphics, putting them on t-shirts and selling them. That shit has always been fun to me. I would hate to like kill that, if that makes sense. That's why I don't really care for like printing for other people. It's not fun. It's there's no creation, there's no creativity that's being used in printing for other people. It's just you're doing it for a paycheck at that point. But when it comes to like me creating the graphic, putting on the shirt, selling it for retail, that's the shit I'm into. What are good recession proof items to sell? Coffee. Coffee is the only recession proof thing known to man. It's the only thing that could really weather a recession storm. Basically, it's a profitable hobby. Hell yeah. That's all it is, man. And like I like creating content, right? That making the videos is fun, but that also lands into my day job is I create content for a living, not content on social media, but I create images, right? I make photographs, I make these cool films and videos and stuff like that. So it's just fun for me. Like making videos is fun. Editing videos is still fun for me. All that shit is like wrapped up for myself to be always pushing creative boundaries and always thinking of like how can I make something cool, if that makes any sense. So creating the content and stuff is easy. I know t-shirts because I've been into t-shirts since the 90s, so I could talk about it all day long, so I can create content around t-shirts all the time. It's the perfect storm for myself. Making t-shirt videos is fun, and teaching people's fun. If I could be a full-time t-shirt teacher, that'd be cool. You know what I mean? Because for me, I thoroughly enjoy teaching people how to start these businesses and make some money because I feel like I'm helping somebody better their situation. You know what I mean? So that's why YouTube was such an easy call for myself. Can Shopify maintain blank inventory across multiple designs? For example, you have two designs on black tees. Will Shopify inventory pull from the same pool of black blank tees? Hope this makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. The way you do it is, let's say you have a dozen extra larges and you have two designs. Just put 6 and 6. Put 6 on one design, 6 on the other, and split them all up that way. That way you'll always know. So then you can always pull from the other ones and be like, all right, this design's not selling. Let me move this extra large over to this one. And all it is a tick. All you're doing is ticking the quantity up, ticking the quantity down. It's very easy to do. So I hope that makes sense. If you have a dozen of each size and you have 4 different design offerings, and they're all using black t-shirts, and you only have a dozen of each size, then all you're doing is if you have 4 different designs, just put 3 in the quantities, and then as they sell, you can adjust the quantities yourself, and then just keep up. Let me see. That's legit. I'm launching a new business and everything is full-time status, but I still have a 9 to 5. It's hard, but God blesses me with the grit to keep working hard every day. Atomai Productions, I think that's your name. That's the best way of going at it, man. When you do it when you still have a 9 to 5, you have a safety net. The safety net is your bills are still going to get paid from your 9 to 5. But do you have it in you to also treat your new business as a full-time gig also? That's what it comes down to. Once you figure out that balance between your business and your 9 to 5, it's smooth sailing, man. Like, I've been doing this shit for a very long time, man. It can be done once you find a good rhythm on how the shit works. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but once you find the rhythm of how to balance both of them, it's fucking fully doable. And then you can feel when your business is ready to make that leap where you could quit your 9 to 5. Like, you could be like, you know what? I don't need my 9 to 5 no more. My business is floating me, and we're living well. Let me quit my 9 to 5. If that's the goal, you'll feel it. You can definitely see it. I'm not saying you have one good month and you're like, oh fuck my 9 to 5, I'm out of here. But if you feel yourself steadily moving up and your business is scaling and you have good projections on where your business is going, then it's an easy call because then you figured it out. You figured out how to like really sustain your business. That's what it comes down to. Starting the business is one thing, sustaining the business is another. When you can sustain your business means you have steady income coming in from your business that you're just, you know what I mean? Like it's a well-oiled machine at that point. Let me see. It'll be full time when I retire from the career I built my life on. That's exactly how I feel, man. I've been at this for so long where it's just like I'm in it for the long haul. When I retire out, t-shirts will be, the thing that keeps me busy and keeps me sane. That's how it works, man. That's the ultimate goal, like Altered Image said. If you love what you're doing, it's not work. That's a beautiful thing, ain't it? It really is, man. It really is. When you really thoroughly enjoy it. Like, I just did some cool shit not too long ago for my day job that was so self-rewarding and fulfilling where I was like, yo, this is like I get paid to do this. This is dope as hell. You know what I mean? Daryl Williams from Milwaukee, what's happening, man? How you doing, brother? Love it. Makes absolute sense. Yeah. When it comes to inventory stuff, that's how I do it. So if I have 36 size smalls, 3 dozen, I'll break them down to everything that's using that T-shirt, and then I track it that way. If I could be a full time creator, I make and build shit, which I'm working towards, I'd know I've arrived. That's it. Only you know that. Like, nobody else can tell you that. Only you know when like shit's like working. Easy call, man. So I give it up to the full-time content creators that don't have day jobs and this is their livelihood. I think it's dope. Because it takes real grind to get it going. And that's why when I see people take all these brand deals, and I don't fault them for it, you know what I mean? Because companies are paying them to promote machines and blanks and transfers and do all this stuff because that's their livelihood. That's how they're making their money. Most YouTube content creators aren't just making money on AdSense, like getting paid off the like ads and views and stuff like that. Most of them are getting paid off of brand deals, like these companies buying into them and being like, "Yo, promote my shit. I'll pay you. We work out a deal and blah blah blah." That's how a lot of the content creators get paid. But imagine if you didn't have nothing coming in that month, like you had no brands reaching out to you, no content to make for a certain brand, and you're just relying on some small views and your AdSense, and you can't make rent that week. That shit is a little stressful. You know what I mean? I got a family, I got a mortgage, I got responsibilities here. So for me, the full time content creator, when I see them and I see them killing it, I'm like, yo, you put the work in, man. You deserve all that shit. You know what I mean? So I don't fault none of them. There's a lot of content creators that come into the space that are just trying to make money because they see other content creators making money. And those are the guys that kind of fall hard when they're doing it because they take every single deal that comes their way and they kind of like whore themselves out, and their channel looks like a NASCAR car with like a million different sponsors on it. And people start to feel like your content isn't authentic, where you're just saying things because you're getting paid to say it. And that's when you start to lose viewership, your authenticity starts to be compromised, and people's channels start to go down, and you see it all the time. Like those content creators come and go all the time in this space, really, because there's companies that prey on those smaller channels and new people coming up because they'll take whatever deal and they'll be like, yo, I'll pay you $100 to make a video. And people are like, yo, $100 to make a video? Hell yeah. Like that's easy. But then you do that with like six different companies and you made 600 bucks. But then now the authenticity of your channel has went downhill because nobody could trust what you say because you're getting paid to say good things about, shitty companies or something. Then you threw it all away for 600 bucks. You know what I mean? That's where you start to see these channels not make it. But the full-time content creators like the crafting ladies, the ladies in the craft space, I say it all the time, man. They help each other up. This brand's working with this girl, this crafter girl. She's like, yo, I got a homegirl that does the same thing as me. Let me bring her to the meeting and help her get on too. These crafter girls help each other come up and they all thrive. So then now this person helped this person. So let's say person number two gets a brand deal from this other company. She's like, yo, this girl helped me. Let me bring her with me. So now both girls are benefiting from each other, their relationships and stuff like that. And it works. And that's why they're thriving. That's why they're all quitting their day job. And that's why they're full time crafters and killing shit. It's because they're helping each other out. Nobody's out for themselves in that space. In the t shirt world, it's a little bit more cutthroat because there's so much more people in that space that are not about helping and more so just like, man, let me get on. You know what I mean? And I don't blame nobody, man. You got to get it how you live it. That's the reason why a lot of us do what we do. But you, as the content consumer, the viewer, you guys can see through the BS. You can see who's getting paid because they're talking about every single heat press that's coming out. And they're like, yo, check out this heat press, check out this one. And you could tell like, oh shit, this guy's just getting paid to say this or getting paid to do this. And that content is no longer interesting to you because you kind of see through the facade. um, I've managed to live my life here on YouTube for 10 years without having to do that because I have a day job, because I make money selling t-shirts. I don't need to take every brand deal that comes my way. So I've owned DTG machines and DTF machines, and you've never not seen one on my channel. I take that back. I was converting an Epson printer probably like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, to a DTF printer, and I showed it once, and that was it. I didn't show how I converted it. I just showed it. Um, but that's how long I've been into this shit, like doing it. Since I've had those machines, I've had companies reach out like, yo, we'll pay this much to put this DTG machine on your channel. I'm like, nah, I mean, putting nobody in debt. You fucking crazy. I'm gonna put that DTG machine on there, and somebody's gonna say, yo, he told me to buy this. And then the print head goes down, and then now you got a $18,000 paperweight. I ain't doing that to nobody trying to start a business. You crazy? So that's why you don't see me promoting a bunch of t-shirts or blanks or different transfers and all this other crazy shit, because that's not what this channel's about, man. I don't even know why I started rambling on about that shit, but it is what it is. Being a full-time content creator though, like if I just had to make videos, like travel content creators, probably the best content creators ever because they're getting paid to travel, they get to see new places, and they're just making videos doing this shit. I think that's cool. Food content creators are dope too because they get paid to eat, which is dope too. Like if I could just like make donut videos and probably like go to different breweries and get paid for it, I'd probably quit my job and just do that full time. That'd be dope if I got paid to drink beer all day. Easy call. Easy call. Let me see. When you go out and do a pop-up, do you use Shopify on your phone or do you have an iPad? I have an iPad. You can use your phone, but I use an iPad. It's a little bit easier. It's bigger. I usually, when I do pop-ups, I have a lot of people working in my booth, so anybody could do transactions. So if I had to pass my phone around, that's kind of weird. So I just have an iPad set up so we could process all the transactions. Thank you, Brando. And yes, I've been able to scale back on my 9 to 5 so I can shift more time to my small business. I agree with you 100%. Hell yeah. Get that money, man. That's what I'm talking about. 100%. You control your time. Yes, you do, man. Yes, you do. I got some fat fuck friends in 5XL. They wish I could get 6XL to be a little looser fit. Who has that? Pro Club and Shockaware are the only two that I know that make the bigger size shirts. Uh, that's a funny ass way to put it, though, man. I believe Pro Club goes up to 7. They probably go bigger, but I think the biggest I bought from them was 7. But colors are limited. Like black and white maybe are the only ones that go up to 7. I have a 9 to 5 at FedEx. Is there an option for shipping through FedEx from Shopify? Hell yeah, there is. All the videos I see use post office or UPS. Post office and UPS labels is because it's a little cheaper. FedEx is a little more on the expensive side through Shopify. But yeah, FedEx, UPS, the post office, and DHL are all on the Shopify thing. It's just kind of up to you if you wanted to do it or not. Like go through FedEx or whatever. But in like shipping T-shirts, it's always been the post office has been the cheapest one. That crap think space is deceptively lucrative. I'm always pleasantly surprised. Crafting, not crafting. That crafting space, yeah, it is, man. Those women know, and I say women because the majority of them are women that are the crafters. They figured the shit out. That's all it is. They know how it's done. They know how to do it. They know their audience. They know what their audience wants to see, and they're very good at teaching. A lot of them are previous teachers, which is cool. But I like that space. I the more I work with them and see them at events and stuff and build relationships with them and really learning their business, I enjoy that space because they help each other out. I think it's dope. Could I buy the transfers of your big Brando logo? I just want to see if someone sees me wearing that, speaks up, maybe 2 transfers of your logo, big Brando. I don't have no transfers. Like this one was made just off of the Versaflex printer. When I used to sell the sample packs is when I used to sell my logo or I used to include my logo on a transfer in there. If I bring the sample packs back, man, I'll shoot you some transfers. Commerce Raise, what's happening? DTG is high maintenance. DTG and DTF are both the same. Those fucking things suck. I don't say it like that, but it does require a lot of maintenance. I don't want to sell out. I don't want sponsors. I don't believe in. And so true about the crafting community. Those ladies are effing fantastic. Yeah, they are, man. I'm new to that community. They blow me away every time I see what they're posting and the content that they make and stuff like that. It makes sense why they kind of thrive in that space. Donuts and Brews by Brando. Hell yeah, man. If I could do that all day long, easy call. I'm about to press up some t-shirts right now as I watch the live on my TV. Hell yeah. It's dope when I see people post that kind of stuff, man. There's so many people that do the same thing. Like they'll just listen. They're not really watching, but they use it to listen while they're pressing. It's kind of cool because I do the same thing. Like when I'm pressing and I'm not listening to music or something, I'm either listening to like a podcast or somebody else's live stream or something. If you just drank beer and ate donuts, you'd be in a 5XL in no time. Possibly, man. Do vinyl print hats last long? Hell yeah, they do. Particularly all day wear during an outside work job. Yes, they do. Mainly on trucker hats. I've seen trucker hats go into the ocean. Surfers would wear them. They're in the ocean. They come out. It gets dried from the sunlight, and it holds up perfectly fine within the elements. So, um, to me, it just all depends on how you apply it to the hat. Are you applying it correctly? Are your settings set up correctly? And then knowing the material you're pressing on. That's it. But if you could lock all those things down, like you're buying HTV made for, let's say, a polyester hat or a cotton hat, you're buying the right HTV and you're applying it correctly, it'll last on the hat in the elements and outside of the elements. It'll work. I just realized I've been listening to you for 9 years. I switched from 100% silk screen to 85% screen prints thanks to you. Hell yeah. 9 years is crazy, man. It's been some time. Been some time. Appreciate you for rocking with me all these years too. Think it's dope. Um, yeah, if anybody else got any questions, man, shoot them out. We almost did 2 hours. I wasn't even planning on going that long today. Um, but you guys was asking dope questions. So if you guys got questions, shoot them out. Give you guys like another minute or two or something, and then I'll jump off of here. But for the new people, I do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Try to live stream for about an hour. Sometimes these last few, maybe the last month or so, we've been doing like 2 hour live streams, which is dope as hell, man. How's the Versaprint? That shit's dope, man. Look at this. This is the Versaprint shirt. I washed this about 11 or 12. I'll just say 11 to be safe. This is printed on 100% cotton, American Apparel 1301. Here's the print. There's me stretching the print. That sucker's on there, man. And it doesn't look or feel like a transfer like DTF. It's like in the shirt, if that makes any sense. It almost feels like a really good screen print or like a really good DTG print, if that makes any sense. I'll probably post a video about it tomorrow, maybe. The video for this will probably be up next week sometime because I want to wash it some more to really see how it holds up, so I could do a real good in-depth video on how the printer prints. But this was printed on the Sawgrass SG500 Versaflex printer. This is 100% cotton t-shirt. That printer prints transfers made for 100% cotton, and that bitch is in there, man. And if you still want to do sublimation, you can still do sublimation on hard goods, metals, woods. What else do you like? Mugs, tumblers, glassware, all that stuff that you sublimate on. You can still use that ink to sublimate on, but it also lets you print on 100% cotton t-shirts. Only white and light color t-shirts, though. Remember, this printer has no white ink in it, so you can't print on dark colors. You can only print on light colors. White, tan, heather gray, light pink, light yellow, stuff like that. That's what you could print on. But I think it's dope as hell, man. Shout out to Sawgrass and the Versaflex. It's a dope ass printer. I'm liking it so far. Any news on Versaflex doing with white anytime soon? Not that I know of. I'm not even up on game with that kind of shit, so I don't even know. I just I see some shit and I invest in it if I think it's going to be worth it. Sawgrass, is that an expensive printer? This one is the 8.5 by 11 printer. Not that expensive, man. Is that what I should get to start, or is that pro level? Nah, this isn't pro level. It's more for like people that are into sublimation. And then if you're only going to be selling like white t-shirts or light color t-shirts, then invest in it. If you're doing sublimation and light color t-shirts, it's a good investment. If you're planning on doing more dark color shirts, black shirts, charcoal gray, navy shirts, stuff like that, you would need a white toner printer to print from home. Like a DTG or water-based screen prints, love that. I've been looking at that Sawgrass for a while. This thing works, man. Sawgrass Versaflex works. It's crazy. Versaprint is the ink. Versaflex is the ink system in the Sawgrass printer. That's what it is. So if you already have a Sawgrass printer, you can't take your inks out and put the Versaflex in because you'll never be able to bleed the lines all the way, because the Versaflex inks doesn't come with a black cartridge. So it uses CMY but no K. So cyan, magenta, yellow, and K is black. It uses no black. So the way they print black is by using CMY. Those three colors mixed together is how they get the black. In place of the black cartridge, the K cartridge, they put an E cartridge. It's called an expander cartridge. The expander is what allows you to print onto this kind of shit on cotton. I did some tote bags. I'm going to make a video and show you guys what that looks like. Because there is no white ink in there, it has to be light colors. So the main reason I have this printer is because I'm going to do a lot of tote bags. You guys probably seen me. I did a ton of tote bags for the homies restaurant Faca's. They opened their Long Beach one. I did a bunch of totes for their grand opening. Tote bags here in Los Angeles is an easy money maker because there's no plastic bags here no more. So reusable bags is a big deal. So having a printer that I can just print crazy shit like different sayings and cool stuff in color on the tote bags, easy call. Like that's the biggest reason why I got that printer. I'm just testing it out on a t-shirt just to see how it like holds up and stuff. But if you're looking into like printing at from home, if you're only doing light colors and tote bags and shit like that and denim, that printer is good. Sawgrass Versaflex. The SG500 is the one that I have, 8.5 by 11 printer. This is a big print, considered a big print, and this was on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. This is on a 2X t-shirt too. So it's a 2X shirt with a big print. But if you're planning on printing on like dark color shirts, white toner is the way to go. Crazy full circle started with SG, then Epson, and now back to SG. Just ordered it. Hell yeah, man! That, to me, I think the shit is dope, man. Like I said, if you do sublimation already, you're already sublimating on stuff. Those inks that are the Versaflex inks work for sublimation. It just allows you to now print on cotton also. That's what's dope. Okay. Can that ink be used in other brand printers? Not that I know of. I know it just works in the Sawgrass one. That print looks thick and not soft. Now this is not even thick at all, man. Not at all. Like I don't know if you could see it. I'm trying to get it in the camera here. That shit's in the fucking shirt. Like, let me see if I got a. I don't have any. Like, this is regular Supercolor prints. I don't know if you could see that. I'm trying to show it on the camera. It's a regular Supercolor print. This is this print. And then this is a plastisol print from the Marathon store. This is Nipsey Hussle's Crenshaw shirt. Look at how thick. This is a plastisol screen print. Can you see the lift on that? How thick that is? That's a plastisol screen print. So when you say like when it comes down to thickness, this bitch is in there. This bitch is on top of there. If that makes any sense. How's the transparency on the CMY? This is the only thing I've printed outside of tote bag. This is the only print that I've printed so far. So if you've ever if you ever gotten a t-shirt screen printed, like a single color screen print on a t-shirt where it's not heavy plastisol ink. Let me see if I got, what the fuck's that Stussy shirt at? Damn. Oh, here it is. Here's a Stussy shirt from Hawaii. This is screen printed. This is a Honolulu Stussy shirt. This is from the actual Stussy store. This is screen print on there. right? Like you could kind of see the shirt fibers coming through here. This is also like a 3-year old, 4-year old t-shirt. If you know what this feels like a regular screen printed, single color screen printed t-shirt, that's what this feels like. It has that same texture, if that makes any sense. I don't have that tote bag. Oh wait, I might have a picture of that shit. So here's a picture of that tote bag where you can see the tote bag through the print. Like this is the actual tote bag, but I'm trying to zoom in here. You can see the tote bag weave through the print because the ink is in the material, if that makes any sense. Like with transfers, the ink sits on top of the shirt, right? Whereas this is ink in the shirt, like in the material, I guess. I don't even know how to explain this shit, but yeah. Um, it's the shine effect that makes it look thick and not in the fabric like regular sub. Yeah, this is not sublimation. Like sublimation's like dyeing the fabric. This is not dyeing the fabric. This is ink in the shirt, but not dyeing it. Do you have an affiliate link to that so I can check it out? I think I do. Like just go to like heatpressnation.com/big brando and then it'll probably be in there. Chromoblast, but this is way better. Yeah, I don't know what the chromoblast is. Is there a way to get that finish on a shirt when using darker colors? Um, nah, it's kind of hard to because most of the time you would need a white underbase under the colors in order for the colors to like kind of pop on that black shirt. So it's kind of hard to get it. Kind of like water-based screen print. Yeah. Yes. What kind of print is the white Brando shirt again? Sorry if you said it earlier. Not a problem. This is Sawgrass SG 500 Versaflex. VERSI Flex. FLEX. If you wanted to check it out and like do more research and like read up on the shit, go to heatpressnation.com/big brando. It'll take you directly there. And then you could just like read up on it and be like, yeah, what is all this shit? What does it mean? What can you press on, print on, all that stuff? What tote bag am I using? Is it really cheap? Hell yeah, it's really cheap. It's like 70 cents a bag or something like that. You can find them on Amazon. Just type in like tote bags on Amazon and you could just get some for like, I don't know, you could get like 24 bags for 20 bucks or something like that. I don't know what it costs, but yeah, it's fairly cheap. And then like people sell these tote bags. They be selling them shits for like $5, $10, and it's like for a 70-cent bag and like maybe a dollar's worth of print, if that. Pretty easy uh way of making money. That's how I see it. So that's why I kind of got into the getting that printer was because I was like, yo, I think I can make some money with some tote bags here. So just judging by me doing a bunch of tote bags for the homies restaurant and then seeing the little reaction on people like pumped to get those tote bags and then people using them outside of there, like seeing them in the streets of other people using the tote bags that I made. I'm like, yo, so people are it's a dual use bag. You get it for one thing, but you use it for a bunch of different things. Easy call. It really is. Amazon has all sizes and quality for tote bags, every price range too. Yeah, man. You don't even have to look for a wholesaler when it comes to tote bags. Just get the shits on Amazon, try them out, and then if you like the way they come out and they work, you can order more for them. You know what I mean? I love making tote bags, but I was using Plasol screen prints. So was I, and that's how I was making them before. But then I noticed, like, if I just wanted to do like a dozen for something for other businesses, or if I wanted to do a few of them for like, because I'm going to an event and I just wanted to offer them. I wanted a cool way to be able to print on them, um, just kind of on hand. And that printer made all the sense to me because I seen a finished tote bag at Heat Press Nation, and I was like, oh, that's the solution right there. If I had that printer, I could print on those tote bags and sell them. And I basically got it to do tote bags only, if that makes any sense. I mean, I'll make some like white t-shirts every now and then, but I rarely wear white t-shirts like that. Um, but it's mainly to do like tote bags. Do stupid sayings. You bring them to the farmer's market. You could be selling them shits easy. That's usually where the people are like into them. Farmers markets, get different sizes. Like I said, here in Los Angeles, there's no more plastic bags, so reusable bags are a big deal. These things are easy to throw in your trunk and just make them with cool sayings. And you could think of any kind of dumb sayings. You could even like make some AI graphics using this printer and tote bags and kill shit all day long. You know what I mean? People go crazy for Trader Joe's tote bags selling for $30 on Marketplace. Yeah, and that tote bag costs $3 retail, and people are buying it for $30 just cause. Crazy. Cool deal. I still have a shit ton of sublimation products that I was gonna try to sell after I sold the 570 after I sold the 570, but now I print them. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Sublimation, man. If you have a good line on it, like you have people that are buying it, easy call all day long. All right, y'all. I appreciate you guys for jumping on, watching for 2 hours, asking the questions, keeping this live rolling. Appreciate it. Um, New video coming out tomorrow. I'll post a video of this machine, this SG 500, the Sawgrass, so you guys can see what it's like in action, see how it prints, see all the ins and outs of this thing, and then that way you guys can make a better like figure out if this is going to be beneficial for you to incorporate into your businesses. Don't buy it because I said it. Buy it because you need it or can make money with it. If you can't do either of those, do not buy this thing. All right. So appreciate you guys. If you guys wanted to rewatch this thing, it'll be live on YouTube for you. All right. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.